What is up, guys? Today we are finally talking about the Final Four. The Final Four is officially here. It is UConn versus Alabama, Purdue, NC State. In my bracket, I only got one Final Four team correct, and that was UConn. I had UNC, I had Gonzaga, and I had Kentucky. So not the best March for me. I thought Gonzaga could have done it. They played Purdue well in that first half of that game. Obviously, this didn't have anything to stop Edie. But we're here to talk not about Gonzaga, not about UNC or Kentucky. We're here to talk about UConn and Alabama because that is the Final Four game taking place Saturday night, the second game of the Final Four. UConn is just on another level right now when it comes to how they're performing this tournament. But Alabama has played two different styles in a couple different games in this tournament, and they're also starting to find their stride. Let's talk UConn first. Of course, they're 35-3. We know all this, but they have dominated through this tournament. Take down Stetson, we don't even care about that game. Take down Northwestern, we don't even care about that game. Take down San Diego State by 30, we kind of care about that game. That was pretty impressive. And then the Illinois game, they win 77-52. They're only up 5 at halftime, but they go on a 30-0 run to end the half. It was 23-23. They go on a 5-0 run to end the half, 25-0 run to start the second half, 30-0 run in general, and they win 77-52. I don't even know who the worst player is on this team. I don't even know who the best player on this team is. It seems like they all bring the perfect amount of shooting, passing, finishing, defense that they need to win these games. I mean, Klingon in this past game had 22 and 10, but Cam Spencer had 11 points and had 12 rebounds. Tristan Newton didn't hit a single field goal from the field, and they still won by 25. They only made 3 threes, still won by 25. They're only shooting 28% from 3 in this tournament, and they're still winning these games by over double digits, by over 20 points. I mean, they haven't lost a game in the tournament by less than double digits since their last loss in the tournament, which was in 2022. They're going to be 11.5-point favorites in the Final Four against an Alabama team that's really freaking good. An Alabama team that took down UNC in the Sweet 16, 89-87. Grant Nelson in that one. What a game he had. He had 24 and 12. Mark Sears had 18. He didn't even play his best game in that one. He saved his best half for the second half of the Clemson game when he went 6 of 7 from 3 in the second half after starting 0 of 6 in the first half. He had 23. Pringle had 16. And then we had Stevenson off the bench, hit 5 threes, and finished with 19 points. And they struggled early in that Clemson game. They were down 26-13 at one point, but they ended the half well. They were up 35-32 at halftime, and then they scored 54 points in the second half. You can't hold this offense down for a long period of time. That's where it's going to be. What is going to give? I mean, UConn can go win a game 90-89 if they want to. They can also win a game 55-54. So I'm not sure Alabama can win a 55-54 game. If they're going to win, they're going to need to score 90-plus points. And I think they are the one team so far that's capable of doing that. I say that, but Illinois was the second best offense, in my opinion, in this tournament. They just came in, putting up 90, 89, and 85 in all these games against good quality teams. And then they put up 52 against UConn. So do I think UConn is going to cover an 11.5-point spread? I do. I think UConn is going to cruise to this championship. The only team, I guess, that can take them down is technically, I'm kidding, it's Purdue probably. Edie's probably the only person that can take down UConn. But honestly, NC State's a team of destiny at this point. They could probably take them down if they really wanted to. But this game, of course, 11.5-point spread. It's at 8:49 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday night on TBS at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. I'm taking UConn. I think they're going to smoke Alabama. I mean, I'm not going to say UConn isn't going to cover the spread or isn't going to smoke anybody until they actually don't do it. So give me UConn to cover minus 11.5. I think Alabama struggles big time. I mean, you're giving Hurley a whole week to prepare. I mean, you're giving Oates a week to prepare, but Hurley is just a much better coach than Oates. And I think UConn cruises to another national title. Give me UConn to cover the spread and dominate this one against Alabama.